Well, we're going to take a quick break, but when we return, we'll talk about the upcoming Gotham final regular season game with special guest Ali Krieger, so stay with us. Welcome back in. We're now talking about the NWSL because there's only one game left for each team as they look ahead to the playoffs. Jordan, 6 teams will advance to postseason play. Only 2 positions have been clinched so far. So I think there's 8 teams now looking for the final 4 positions, one of those teams being Gotham. And to talk about the upcoming match, we have Ali Krieger joining us today. Thank you for joining us, Ali.
Hi, thank you so much for having me. I'm so honored to be here.
Of course. So Gotham currently sit 4th with a big match against KC Current, which Jordan is going to be calling that game.
I will be on the call.
I mean, how's the club feeling right now? How's the feeling around the team as you guys look ahead to this game?
We're actually so excited because, we knew it would come down to the very end and, the points were going to be so tight. And we are, so ready for this game. We obviously want to win. Yes, it's my final, club game, but it's hopefully not going to be my final game wearing the Gotham jersey. So we have motivation, to want to win just like everyone else. But I think we have, we're fortunate to play at home. And this is going to help us. We're going to have a great environment. The fans and supporters are going to be behind us. And I know that everyone's going to show up and show out. And I can't be more proud of the group because we have such an incredible group of players, but also human beings who have worked tremendously hard this entire season to just want to win. And I think that has been our mentality. And we are all bought into the principles and the task that, needs to be done. So I think we're in a really healthy, positive place, and we are ready for the challenge.
Ali, some people might not know Gotham was dead last in NWSL last year.
I think people knew.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So the people who were in the know knew, but this has been a transformation within the club. Credit needs to go to Yael Averbuch-West, bringing in Juan Carlos Amaros. How have those two been able to bring this different mentality? You said principles. What has been the main change within the group that has been led by those 2 people in particular?
Yeah, it's been incredible to see the leadership and the setup of, how he's applying his specific principles into the team. And we've only, changed a few different players and we filled a few different holes, but the way that he has organized us in the sense that, we are probably one of the best high pressing teams in the league. The chances that we create are tremendous. And he has just really instilled a type of mentality that is pretty incredible after being in last place last year and jumping up the table and being in the top 6. He's so knowledgeable. He's also treats us like human beings. And so it's really enjoyable to show up to work every day to not only play for each other and play for yourself, but play for him and play for our coaching staff and the technical staff. It's really great to continue to learn, even at my age. I don't know everything, and it's nice to show up still and learn something new. Wow. And I think that is why people love to come to work, because they're always learning, no matter what level you've played at. And he really gets the best out of each and every one of us, both on a human level and a player teammate level.
Yeah. Wow, that's cool.
Yeah, the team comes first, and I think we are all bought into that, and it's been really great.
Yeah, I love that. And you could be learning down to your very last game, which is so important as a human. You want growth all the time. The thing that sticks out about this game in particular, you're playing Kansas City. They could be spoilers because they're one of the 2 teams that are out. It's an emotional game. We've already seen your teammates talk about you particularly in some social media posts leading up to this last match. How do you manage the emotions of this game, but also what's at stake, and what's the talk around the locker room to be able to go into this game with the right mindset?
Yeah, great question. I mean, I think there's not much motivation needed other than like if we win, we're in, right? And we all want to win the championship, so we want to get into the playoffs. And yeah, you never know how the opponent is going to show up. Obviously, that's the unpredictability of the league. Any team can win on any given day, and so we are just really solely focused on us and how we are going to break them down and how we are going to show up and just be motivated to want to do our best and stick to our plan and principles that we will apply to hopefully to the game that we actually do every single day. And so we just need to execute, and we need to be good in both final thirds. And I think that we really have a great chance as long as we all show up and we continue doing what we've been doing this entire year. And if we can create chances, hopefully I will prevent a lot of the opponent's chances in order for us to have more. And we just need to put the ball in the back of the net. And if we can do that, there's no doubt in my mind that we will win.
Ali, you said you hope that this weekend isn't your last game in a Gotham jersey, so fingers crossed for that. But, when you eventually do get to that point of retirement, I mean, the best how special your own career has been. I'm really interested in knowing how you hope to be remembered in your playing career and just who you've been as a person on and off the pitch.
Yeah, thank you. I really want to be remembered as a good person, a great teammate, and somebody who led by example. And I think I want to just leave the game better than where I found it. I want people to know how hard that I worked to fight for, better standards and better pay and equality and respect and what the players actually deserve, so that the younger players don't have to work as hard. That's the whole purpose of the older players, paving the path. And paving the way for these younger players to really get what they deserve, and they're going to do the same for then younger players in the younger generations as they get older. So that's kind of what this job entails, and you have to just take that on. So I think I've tried to roll my sleeves up in that position to really lead by example, to really apply certain principles specifically as what I value as an individual player and person. And people will never forget how you make them feel, both fans, supporters, and then my teammates and coaches. And so I've tried over the years to just be myself and to really show respect and kindness, because that's sometimes how you get the best out of people.
Kriegs, we had the opportunity to be teammates, and one of the things that impressed me the most about you during your long career, both internationally and club level, is your mentality. How would you describe the mentality that you have had through your career to overcome so many different obstacles, but also see success that maybe some of us can only dream of?
Yeah, I think the mentality is everything, right? You have to show up every day. And as you know, playing at this level is so difficult. And your mentality has to really be a fierce competitor, trying to make it very difficult for, the coaches to ignore you in order to stay at this level. Because I know sometimes think, oh, it's easy to get here. But what's actually very difficult is staying at this level, and even at the national team level, as you know, as well. It's such a fight and such a battle to get a contract year after year. And now obviously it's a pay to play model. It's a little bit different, but you have to show up, you have to be your best in order to get into the squad, in order to be noticed, and in order to keep your spot. And so even, me at this level, I have to make sure that I'm performing my best and really, performing well in training in order to get into the squad on the weekend. And I still feel that there's still fire that's underneath of me because the players are so good and so technical, and they're only getting better. And so you have to figure out a way how to stay, and that's been really difficult. So yes, the mental piece, obviously I'm in therapy too over the years, which has definitely played a great role in keeping my mentality in check, even more so off the field stuff that you can then bring onto the field and have more of like a controlled chaos type of environment for yourself that in pressure situations you're ready to just deal with it. And also you have to be willing to be uncomfortable, because that's when you grow the most. And so you kind of just have to have that uncomfortability within this space because you know you're going to be better off from it. And that's really difficult to kind of take on.
Yeah.
So yes, mental piece is probably the most difficult part of the game, but you just have to focus on you and your task at hand and how you can bring that individual piece in order to help the group be successful.
Well, you crushed that. You've also crushed a lot of players trying to go against you as you defended them. There's moments in your career that are going to stick with you, right? If you have to pick a couple of key moments from your long career that are your most cherished, what makes you smile? What makes you think, wow, that really happened?
I think obviously the penalty kick, and I'm sure everyone can assume that in 2011, where we definitely shifted the I guess the mentality of all of our fans and supporters in the U.S. on how to tune in to and support us on the national team, and that kind of shifted the women's game in America. And I really felt that shift because that is also when social media came about, and we all of a sudden had thousands of followers, and we were like, this is incredible. We can impact so many people, not just by our football, but also just by us being ourselves and human beings. And so that was really a cool moment and year for us. Obviously, it was unfortunate we didn't win, but I think that is the moment where people started paying attention to us. And so then we carried that into 2015 and in 2019. And those two moments, in my career were monumental. But what's most important is fighting for equal pay. And that is something that I will be the most proud of, to be honest, with fighting with, my teammates and these badass women who we've been, intertwined with over the years and just fighting for championships. And this was a championship that we were fighting for off the field. And winning that was pretty incredible because it helped women across all industries all over the world. It wasn't just specifically in football. And so that's something that I value and that I will carry with me for the rest of my life and continue to fight for, because as you know, the work is never done. So we will go hand in hand in that. And then, the lifelong friendships that you make. And I'm sure you can agree. There's moments where you create these bonds that you can't really ever explain to anyone unless you go through it with each other, and people don't understand unless they really have that experience. And so those lifelong friendships that I can carry on after football is done, because it only, it has a shelf life, but these lifelong friendships don't. And so that will carry on with me, that I'm so grateful and lucky that I've built really healthy, positive relationships with these women. That I can't wait to explore in the future at all the different phases and versions of ourselves.
Ali, you said the work isn't done. So looking past your playing career, moving into the next step of your career, do you have plans to stay in the game? Are we going to see you standing here next to us anytime soon? What is it looking like for you in the next step of your career, of your professional life?
If you want me there, I will be there. You know that. I will support you both in any way that I can. I think this is wonderful, and I'm so excited for you both to be shedding a light on what's important in women's football. So yeah, I'm honored, and anytime you want me to come, I'd be glad. But yeah, I want to stay within the game because just like you, it's really important that we continue to use our platform and really put us on the map and continue to shed light on how great of people and footballers that we are, and the style that we play, and the technical ability, and all the things. It's pretty incredible to really, as long as you can see it, you can be it. And so the visibility is key. So I want to continue to stay in the game. I know what is needed, and I know that what the demands and the standards should be. So I think that that's really beneficial to have somebody who's played in the game for so long to really try to take it to the next level and get what these players really, really, truly deserve, and get all of these organizations and federations to really buy into women and the product that we can put out on the field. And so that is something that I will continue to do no matter what. And then broadcasting, I love talking soccer, as you can tell, analyzing, breaking the game down, talking about players and highlighting that how great we are, I think is something that I'd love to do both on the women's and men's side.
Yeah. Well, since you just keyed in on that, we're gonna put you to the test here, Ali. With attacking third, we talked about NWSL, this decision day. That's really an MLS term. So we're trying to figure out what we should call Sunday for NWSL. On attacking third, these are some of the things they said. Dia de los Muertos, Quest for the Crown. We have Destiny Day and NWSL FG. LFG, the key of that part. So if you had to rename this last day in NWSL, where there are 4 playoff spots, 8 teams are competing for it, it is going to be madness. I don't know. Give us a little taste of what you would call it.
Gosh.
Putting her on the spot here.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of love, I don't know. I think like Quest of the Crown is great, but I would be like Quest of the Queens. That would be kind of cool. I don't know. I think it is going to be madness, and it's going to be wild, and people are going to have to buckle in because it's going to be very exciting. I don't know. Quest of the Crown. Or
Quest for the Crown was Darian Jenkins' suggestion. So you're keeping it in the Gotham fam with that, and it feels like you guys talked about this a little bit.
I really like that. Yeah, that sounds fitting for the moment that we're in.
All right.
I love it. I think it's I would say Madness Day. That's what it sounds like to me. But
it's going to be wild.
Allie, thank you so much. I know we put you on the spot with that last one. Maybe we'll get something from you afterwards. Yeah, keep thinking about it. Thank you so much for joining us. It's been a pleasure having you on here.
And congratulations. What a career, Allie. What a career.
Thank you. I appreciate you both, and can't wait to see you soon.
Yeah. Thank you, Allie. Well, we're going to take a quick break here. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after the break with more Footy Talk.